Hey, welcome back to my channel, Quilted Gardener. Um, I didn't upload last week, like I said, I had family here. So, a few updates. First and foremost, the pre-orders. Those will be going out Wednesday. The last of the fabric came in today. Oddly enough, it came in pre-cut, so I don't know if I ordered it that way or what, but it's packaged very nicely. So, um, those will be picked up on Wednesday. My normal mail carrier is here on Wednesdays. So she's really good about picking things up when I, put in a request for USPS pickup. Um, so there's that. The store, I have not made a 100% decision on that. My biggest thing is getting inventory down. I will not be doing Amazon. I have made that 100% decision because it's just too much work to even get your inventory in there. So, especially when it's fabric because of their ASIN numbers not being correct. So I don't want things having descriptions and it's not that fabric. They don't match the photos. So, as it is right now, Amazon is done and over with. Not my thing. Simplicity, that's my thing. So, as far as the store closing, I am waffling back and forth. I do love selling fabric, giving you guys good deals. I'm not making money on selling fabric. It's just not happening because I don't double or triple my purchase amount. So my prices basically, cover the shipping to me because I get charged for that, as well as a little dinky bit of time it takes me to get everything ordered and ready to go up in the store. So at most 15% ish is my markup, which might have to change. That new tariff is going into effect. I think it's today, so that's 15%. If I do decide to carry on with the store, I will only carry Benertex, Hoffman, and maybe Lucien, because both of all three of those companies have U.S. manufacturing centers, North Carolina, upstate New York, and Southern California. So if I do decide to carry on, it will be 100%. I say 100%. Hoffman could ship some things overseas, but majority of their stuff is made here because they really are trying to avoid the tariff on things coming in. And I prefer their digital stuff over everybody else's just because it truly is digital. Everything that has come in that I've ordered is gorgeous. The new lines that are releasing for fall 2019 are amazing. But I won't be carrying all of them, obviously. But there are a few things that I will put up as a preview to see how you guys react. That really is, how I decide on ordering. There were some things that I had planned on putting up, when they came in. I unfortunately did not make the cut as far as getting them. They ran out of inventory, so thankfully I did not do pre-sales on those. Susan Wingett I will no longer carry after this is sold out due to the fact she's selling in Joann's now. So again, I apologize for the road noise. We have a lot of Apple carriers going through. I didn't realize it was Apple time, but everything is really early. The trees are even changing. I was a little perplexed today when I saw so many red and gold trees. So there's that. As far as my, Devil Spawn from the Seven Realms of Hell issue from yesterday, I'm doing fine. I took a Benadryl. I got a little queasy. I only got stung 4 times, thank God. I was butt-ass naked by the time I hit the front door, though, because they were inside of my clothes. Truthfully, I had no idea they were out there. They were not flying around before I picked up that block. So Nick hit them with the flamethrower. Pretty good, but I looked out this morning and they are still swarming, so I went and got some killer for them because there's lots of them, and it's right where I'm working. So, I could have finished one bed yesterday, to get it filled to get my kale and my fall salad greens in, but I didn't go back out after I got bit, stung, whatever it was. I used some insect stuff from our first aid kit. You know, having been a nurse for all those years, I have a collection of weird stuff when it comes to that. But toothpaste really helps. Colgate toothpaste, putting it on for any kind of burning, stinging itch, it calms it right down. And I put that on, which I use the something whitening that has peroxide in it too. I don't know how much, but there's peroxide on there, so that helped a lot. Today the spots are just itchy. The one on my shoulder is a little bit of a lump. I can feel it, when I move my arm. And I really think that was the worst one. Of course, the one under my arm. It's that, right in that spot that's the most tender that it got me. So that's a little irritated today still too. So I'll put some baking soda on it at some point. Maybe a little vinegar. I don't know. There's so many home remedies to try. But they will be dead. That's just all there is to it because there's too many of them. I don't know the purpose of a yellow jacket. I don't know if they're pollinators or not. I prefer honeybees, even though I'm allergic to honeybees. I'm not allergic to yellow jackets, obviously, or I'd be probably still in the hospital. There's just something to do with the honeybee stinger that causes me to have anaphylaxis. So, as long as you don't piss honeybees off, you're good. These stupid devil children, you don't have to do anything to them and they just attack you. God forbid if you get within so many feet of their nest. And it's just so odd to me that they do it in the ground. But anyway, I'm fine from that. I did have the weekend from hell. First, the power steering coolant system went out in my Trailblazer, which I've had that for 15 years, so, repairs here and there. But you would think that that coolant system would be part of the very expensive power steering system I had done 3 months ago. Not once, but twice. So that was like a $400 repair, and, it's perfectly fine. I drove it today. And then the refrigerator incident happened, which ended up being like the cardboard that's underneath the refrigerator got bunched up somehow and up against the fan. So once I figured that out, it was smooth sailing, but we were really, really concerned that we'd have to buy a new refrigerator, which are not cheap. I looked, I about fell over. Mine is 15 years old. But buying a new one, that's like a chunk of change. Like a couple $1,000 just for the one I have. It's nothing special. But during that, the front burner on the stove decided to quit working. Weird, because we have a gas stove. So I got the refrigerator running and heard the compressor kick on, and then I walked over to check the stove burner to see what I needed to do to that, and lo and behold, it worked. So I don't know if it had sympathy for the refrigerator or the I don't know. And then we had the frickin' yellow jackets. Thank God we do not have fire ants. A lot of you guys had said something about, that it was fire ants. No. Thank God. So, but the yellow jackets, they gotta go. Because I have a bunch of plants I need to move from there. I have a lot of landscape block that has to be moved from there because that's being turned back into lawn. I am really thankful that I'm not free-ranging the henny pennies because more than likely they would have been up in that area. I don't know how they could affect the chickens if they stung them or they ate them or whatever. I'm glad I don't have to find out. So they're in the coop. Yesterday, Martha didn't want to go in the coop when I wanted to close everything up, and I finally looked at her and said, either get in the coop or you become soup. And she went right into the coop, so I thought that was funny. But she is giving me dirty looks because I was late letting them out this morning. They're doing really well. We're going to change some things with their coop just so that they have an easier access to their nest boxes. They're going to start laying here pretty soon. They are 21 weeks now. They usually start laying at about 24. So they're getting laying mash and whole corn and as much water as they want because we have this really weird weather pattern going on. Yesterday we finally got up to 65 degrees. Today we're 80, tomorrow we're 98. So When Mother Nature packed her shit and left, she didn't realize her debit card was almost out of money, obviously, because she's coming home hot. So that's supposed to last for a week between the 80s and the 90s, and I think we're going to go back to our normal this time of year weather, which oddly enough has forced things forward. Like grapes are being picked, which is normally not October until October. Apples are being picked, normally not till October. Trees have already changed color. It's crazy. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of them. Driving home today from Lowe's, I saw several that were 100% red and gold. But it's just so early. So I'm really kind of scared we're going to have a 1978 winter relapse. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. That was not fun. So, as far as the channel goes, what's coming up? Tutorial on the braided basket. Tutorial on the sashed quilt as you go. I'm still working on the second part of the quilt as you go without sashing, so that's going to be a couple of weeks before I even film that. I'll be doing handmade herbal soaps and maybe a little bit more canning because I am going to do apple pie filling, apple butter, and pumpkin pie filling and pumpkin butter. So, and then of course kale chips. There'll be stuff from the greenhouse. Right now it's just nowhere near being filmed. I don't have a floor in there, so I'm still trying to decide on that. Um, with not having the 9,000 doctor's appointments that I've been having, I've just got to reorganize my schedule, get back on track, and things will start getting more normalized. I pretty much think that's it. I mean, if anybody wants to barter with me for fabric and cleaning my house, let me know down in the comments. I'd appreciate it. I hate cleaning the house. And for 2 people and 2 cats, we sure do have a messy house. I don't get it. But they say the messier the cook you are, the better the food tastes. So my food must be exquisite because I am messy in the kitchen. But Nick is messier than me. So he made beef stew yesterday, a fall into winter kind of thing, because it was so cold yesterday. I mean, it was started out at like 54 and we finally made it up to 65 at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Um, so, and then today, it's breezy, but it's still, I mean, the temperature's still climbing. And then tomorrow I will not be outside, just for the fact of the heat and probably humidity on top of it. So tomorrow I'm packing up all you guys' orders that pre-ordered and have just ordered, stuff that was already in inventory. And those will go out Wednesday, like I said. So, what else? I mean, health-wise, I'm feeling pretty decent. I mean, I had a bad week. New moons do that to me, and then all of a sudden now we got a frickin' full moon on Friday the 13th. I will not be doing anything with a sharp object. But this past week, I had, like I said, I had family come in, and then I just did not feel like doing anything creative. I was tired, so I rested. So last night I was in bed at 8:30. I did not wake up until 9:30 this morning. I had some pissed off henny pennies because I hadn't let them out yet. So um, I discovered they don't like cantaloupe, but they do like watermelon. So they got both of those yesterday, and they're still pecking at their watermelon. I just didn't really realize hens fly up like fighting roosters. Martha, get your butt down. I'm going to show you what she's doing. Don't know what that was about. She jumped up there, got a bug, jumped back down. But she's been a little bit of a, I don't know what to call her. And what she does, all the others do. They follow her. She's the leader. So I know the pecking order pretty much. Although Ruth has gained some weight, and she's not taking any crap from anybody. Um, Today their feathers are just putting off the most amazing purple and green ever. Um, So they're pretty and they know it. Miss Priss really knows it. I have a feeling Martha is going to come over this fence here pretty soon. So we may be clipping some wings. I'm not looking forward to that project. Because I really don't want them flying up into trees and stuff like that when I do decide to free range them. Which will not be until after the yellow jackets are dead. So that's about it on the updates. I'll film more this week and get them up, especially, getting the basket tutorial done. And whatever else I get accomplished on the greenhouse. So, until then, create well, have a good one. See ya.